Okay, it started.
Ready?
Started.
Yep. All rise for the pledge.
No.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Everybody on council will have a chance to review the minutes from September 4th. If so, and if there's no questions, I will take a motion to enter them.
Motion.
I'll make that one.
Motion by Mark,
Second.
second by Deb. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Public comment. Brandon,
I still have to state my name and address.
name, address.
Okay. Brandon Brenneman, 81 Main Street. Just a few quick things. One, may I inquire to what the outcome was of the subject I brought up last meeting concerning the appointment to the zoning hearing board of Tina Style?
Yeah, I was gonna actually bring that up later, but
And that's
I can
fine.
bring it up now. No, it's not a
I can
problem.
wait, whatever.
I got notice that she resigned as the judge of elections effective October 1st.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is, was there a date set yet concerning the ordinance committee?
I'll address that later as
Okay,
well,
no
yep.
problem.
Yep.
Who is all on the ordinance committee again? I forget.
I'm not trying to cut you off. Can we get that later? Because that's in
Oh,
my
yeah,
pile
not a
here and I'll
problem,
read
not a
them off to you.
Well, how about this? Make it simpler. I have 3 packets of it. There are 3 members, right?
Yeah, well, there's 4, the mayor sits in on it, but
Okay,
I can
no
make,
problem.
I can make other
Yeah, if you
copies.
don't mind. I had just
Yep.
some reading material for them to consider.
Okay.
For that. Last thing, real quick. I had someone give me some money to donate towards the playground fund in cash, so I made a check out to the playground
Okay.
fund for
Mhm.
that, another
Yep.
$1,000 towards the
All right.
playground.
Awesome.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you so much. You have a good evening.
Thank you.
Anyone else for public comment? Engineers report.
All right, application for payment, and they also put in application for payment number 4, which is the final, which is the retainage. So application for payment number 3, which has been recommended for approval by the the borough engineer, James R. Holly and Associates. The amount of that application is $29,850.30. Now, keep in mind, all these funds get paid from the block grant funds, and it goes to York County Planning Commission as well for their review and approval. So that's the first application for payment. You can do them individually. If you want, you can do them both together. The second one, which is number 4, which is the final, is the amount of $22,482.20. And again, we have a recommendation from the borough engineer to approve that.
Is there any retainage being kept for that, for any punch list items, Todd?
Application for number 4, which is the final, is the retainage amount.
Okay, and
And then the
they're-
county will,
Everybody's happy that everything's been done right?
well, we have to do the final walkthrough.
Okay,
So we would be approving that we're satisfied with what we see, but there's going to be a final inspection by York County Planning Commission as well as the township, I keep saying township.
That's okay.
Borough, I'm in the
You're
wrong
used to it.
place.
It's all right.
Borough engineer, and then myself and Mark was along last time as well. So we have to do a final walkthrough.
I'd recommend authorizing the payment subject to the final walkthrough and there not being any punch list items that need addressed.
Correct. That works, yeah.
So we need a motion for the 2 payments.
Yeah, probably to make it clear, I would just do the application for payment number 3, and then we'll do 4 later with
So the
that
final
condition. Yeah.
Okay, I need
Is
a
it-
motion for the payment for application number 3.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Greg,
No, second
second by Deb. All in favor?
that.
Aye.
I don't
Opposed?
want to delay the payment, it's odd that we are approving final payment, including all retainage, before we have made sure everything is correct.
Right, and you also wanna, you're gonna TV the
the sewer lines again,
We are, and I guess the way, and you're right, it should be conditioned, but it should be conditioned upon your county planning commission, because they're gonna do a final inspection.
Well, but even if they approve it and you see some cracks or something that's not done to spec, if we have no retainage, you've got no leverage to get it done.
No, what I'm saying is your county planning commission is not going to release that application
okay.
for payment number 4 until we do the final inspection.
All right.
That's
Okay,
what I was
that's fine
referring
then.
to.
As long as we're
So-
covered.
or they'll
Yeah.
have like 10% or something? Or what?
Yeah, 10%, which is at $22,482.20. So you could pose the motion that you recommend approval on the condition that your county planning commission and the borough engineer conducts a final inspection, and there's no requirement to hold retainage. That way, if we get this done before the next meeting, we won't hold up the contractor's payment. If there's issues to do, we'll still be holding it.
Right, I don't ever like holding up a contractor's payment, but you also don't want to give up your money if something needs to be replaced or repaired. That's all.
And what did you ask about the sewer?
Well, the storm.
The storm drain.
sewer, was TV'd before they started the job,
Mm-hmm.
and everything looked good. So I didn't know if you were doing that again. You can actually probably just look down the line and see. I
Yeah.
don't know that you need to really TV it,
I'll get with Zach, because he was going to schedule that.
but it ought to be
Done
looked,
it where-
it ought to be looked at just because, of breaking all the concrete up on top of it with their
Correct.
machine. You never know.
So do we need a motion to just?
I mean, it's up to council. You can either,
Wait till,
you could either wait till next month, or you can prove it conditionally upon your county planning commission.
Well, I think you ought
And
to
the
hold
engineer.
something
Well,
until the lines are.
but you're
looked at.
saying, I think what Todd's saying is your county planning commission
They
will
get-
hold that payment, correct, until,
Correct.
but, I mean, then,
Yeah.
that's what just make the move, table until next.
It's probably fine, but
Table
like
for
I
the
say,
next
they
meeting.
used.
And that's fine. There's no problem
they
with
used
that. We just
breaker
told
to
that.
bust all that concrete off, and you
Yep.
don't know. I mean, that's not that deep of a storm run.
We get
It's
that
pretty shallow.
checked before next meeting, that we could release that payment
Well, that's-
pending the sewer line being,
Right, I mean, that would be part of the final inspection, even through county planning,
but
but,
that's not required by them to go down and look at that sewer.
no, but you're right, but we have to agree to releasing the
Yeah.
actual,
so
right,
table,
it sounds to me like just table to everyone.
table
It's
the
up to
final
you.
payment,
Yeah,
number 4.
let's just table it.
Yep.
Move on to other things.
But we know what we need to do to get that through next time.
Yep.
Okay. It's the South Street restoration.
No update there, just that it's gonna be a final inspection.
Did anybody else besides me notice a lot of stones laying at the end of South Road, and we really didn't have a whole lot of rain yet? Have you been down there lately?
No.
I don't know if that's just normal, and I didn't go the whole way up the road either. I just went right down to, right at the corner and up to the first property.
It's
I don't know.
bad. Okay. Yeah, all right, well, I'll follow up with engineer, have them,
Okay.
get them come out, clean those up.
Solicitor's report.
Nothing new on mediation, and Sam's not here tonight for an update on the state police report. We'll do that next month. That's all I have unless anybody has any questions for me.
Hey, Mike, I have a question. You know how we get emails about with all the delinquent accounts? Could that cause our rates to go higher because there's so many delinquent accounts? Could that be it?
Are you talking about the sewer?
Yeah, the sewer. In other words, because you have so many delinquent accounts with the sewer that they're not paying their bills, does that mean that could cause our rates to go higher because of that?
Sure, it could.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
I mean, one of the things I think, if you're not doing it already, keep an eye on the sewer authority, what they're doing for budget. Because you have that issue, you always have, of course, we've been seeing the possibility of replacement of some of the pump
Right,
stations.
right.
And that all comes off of the users of the Seven Valley system.
Oh, okay.
Question on that, what about the sewer, the pump station? When it comes to the point where they're gonna replace that, does the borough have the ability to put any money besides grant money that we get towards that to offset any additional costs to the property owners?
Well, remember, that's sewer, your borough. And sewer expenses should be paid by sewer users. I would not recommend that the borough put borough money into the sewer project, number one, because you're two separate and distinct entities. And again, it's a sewer project, it should be paid by sewer user fees.
Donald Solicitor.
Yes.
Zoning and code enforcement report.
Not a lot of activity this month. Everyone has a copy in front of them. If you have any questions, let me know. Did talk to a mortgage holder today regarding 34 Main Street. It looks like that's probably going to be going back up on the market here in the near future. And the zoning hearing for 35 and 37 at the request of the applicant has been continued. We don't have a new date for that yet because we're still waiting for them for their amended application. So after we get that, we'll schedule that meeting.
Todd, my only suggestion is when you receive the amended application, you make sure that the clock to run the hearing starts with the new amended application, and everybody's clear on the deadlines.
Fire Company EMC, any representatives from the fire company or the EMC? Anybody here?
I will, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Speaking on Scott did reach out to me, and did you talk to him, Todd? He mentioned that, and I don't know, the borough's radio, he is having issues with. So it might be something that, I assume that's our responsibility to replace at some point. I know I asked him to reach out to you, but he was also going to do some research with the county EMC. But I mean, it might be something we're gonna have to look into. Because it does seem like he has been using it, and especially with incidents, and, well, with the North Cadorus incident, he did use it, at least listen in and have updates to me, as things, as he thought were important, but, overall that was, more or less, it was everything on the news and the common sense that, if there was threats to any local municipalities, they would not have had fire company and everything else near the scene, and if they felt there was an immediate threat to anybody else. But, so that might be something we're gonna have an expense we may have to look into going forward.
Yeah, I'll give Scott a call. The last EMA radios, I assume Sunrise was part of that, were through the county.
Okay.
So I'll follow up with Scott and then with the county
Yeah.
EMA.
Okay.
Regional Parks Recreation Commission.
All right. Bill did send me his report. I'll run through this quick. Regional Parks and Rec Commission report from the YMCA of the Roses Spring Grove Branch. The meeting was held on September 9th, 5:45. The board took a tour through the building that's being renovated. The renovation project update, it's moving along. Walls are forming, doors are being hung, roof work is completed. Let's see here. Project is on schedule for substantial completion, slated for the end of January of '26, occupancy in February, early March of '26. YMCA Main Corporate Board of Roses will be meeting on site October 20th in the Windy Hill Senior Center space. Pumpkin Trail is October 11th from 3 to 8 p.m. at Little Creek Park. It will be at the Spring Grove Intermediate as a backup site for bad weather. Opening of registration for the branch is slated for November 28th, which is Black Friday. Tree lighting in Spring Grove is December 4th. A new event in the planning stages is next year for July 3rd, a Firecracker 5K run looking to be held on the rail trail in Seven Valleys. Tentatively leaving from the pavilion, this will be in conjunction with the celebration of 250 years of America. And then Playground Committee report, they met on October 1st. Playground Committee met with Kate King from the YMCA. Jessica Vallis, Brandon Brenneman, and Bill Stiles were present. Representative from Compan Playground presented a themed option, an ice cream concept with a bicycle concept. Preliminary budget figures were discussed with a commitment to provide a firm quote in the near future. As a national supplier for the YMCA, Comp Plan offers a 25% discount. The committee also reviewed materials from General Recreation, who are currently preparing a quote and rendering. Once both vendors' proposals are received, the committee will reconvene to make a recommendation to Borough Council on the preferred vendor and playground design. This design will also provide Kate with the necessary information to proceed with grant submissions. The committee's current timeline to apply for grants and raise funds is in 2026, with construction more than likely taking place in 2027 once the funds are secured. The funds can be secured sooner than construction, of course, would start sooner. Then the next meeting is November 11th. I don't know if Brandon or Jessica have anything to add for the Playground Committee report. Okay. All right. Don't ask me any questions because I wasn't there, so.
Unfinished and old business. Refuge recycling contract specifications.
I think Todd had just a few more little things to change. At this point, you want to authorize them to be advertised and opened at your November meeting.
The only thing I'm going to throw out there just for council to think about, if I remember correctly, last meeting, we talked about getting three options. 1 year, 3 years at a fixed rate, flat rate, and 5 years at a flat rate. I think you may get a little better pricing if you still do the 1 year, the 3 year, or the 5 year contract, but have them provide pricing for each of those years. So year one, different pricing for the 3 year contract. It would be different pricing. My concern is, and I think about if I was doing this, I don't know what 5 years is going to be out there. And am I going to inflate years 1 and 2 in anticipation of years 4 and 5? So I gave you a little sample using some really simple numbers of what we would be looking at. So it would be 1 year, of course, they would just give a proposal for the 1 year rate for 96 and a 32-gallon cart. 3 year, they would give, and maybe they'll all be the same prices, I don't know, probably not though. Year 1, 2, and year 3 for the 3 year contract you can see on this table, and then year 5 across. So just another option to think about. Other than that, that's all I have.
Is this outlined like this in our, for the, what you sent out for bid?
Well, we didn't send anything out yet, so,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
we figured.
Yeah.
But it's up to you guys, how you
Yeah.
want to do it. I mean, I have,
Would they be able to quote it both ways? Would they spend the time to do it?
probably
I
not.
know,
I don't
I
think
feel
so
like I
either.
remember, I feel like I do remember Penn Waste at one meeting did say that, I mean, when they do get a flat rate, I mean, they're guessing by the end, so they're trying to leverage all of their overhead and trying to predict fuel costs, employment costs. So usually your prices are higher throughout, as standardized, but they're trying to take into account that last year. And not maybe make it look as bad as it probably is. They spread that last year guess,
Right.
over the contract length. So,
I think I mentioned at the last meeting, sometimes I forget, Red Line got 3 bids, Penn Waste, Waste Management, and Anthracite. They ended up going with Anthracite. It's gonna be something new and different, so. Because and there was a difference in calculation based on whether you went with 3 or 5 as to who the low bidder was. So if you can manage this in such a way that we can tell who the low bidder is, I'm fine with it. It's up to council.
I mean, my experience has been, if you look at that last column, you look at what the totals are of that column, or for that, each of those contracts. For the 1 year total, the 3 year total, and the 5 year total.
Anything else on refuge and recycling? York County SPCA.
Well, we need to
Well, we
back
need a
up.
motion.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
We need a motion to authorize
Oh,
advertisement
okay.
for bids.
Then
Yeah.
see, yeah, caught you on it.
That's all right.
Stop
All
me.
right.
I will take a motion to advertise the refuse and recycling contract specification.
Can I ask how you guys want them to advertise that though?
Well,
Yeah, either the flat rate or the per year.
Per year.
So that would have to be in someone's motion, but however they want to do that.
I'll make a motion to put the trash bid out for bid and have the spec sheet showing the breakdown of what it would cost for 1 year and 3 years per year and 5 year per each year.
Similar to the sheet that Todd created,
Yes,
okay.
correct.
Motion by Greg,
I'll second.
second by Mark. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. York County SPCA 2026 contract.
Yeah, I provided everyone with a copy of the contract. They were anticipating some pretty significant increases. I think they backed off on that because the increases weren't very substantial. I went to look, I don't remember, I feel like we paid $382 last year. For 26, their quote for Seven Valley Spur is $408. So we can either wait and, if you're okay with it, advertise it or approve it later, or we can just do it tonight if you're okay with that. And then I'll mail it in December.
I will say that it's definitely, that price is a lot cheaper than other ones I've heard from York County over the weekend. I believe Jefferson's is up over 500, so I mean, I don't, so that doesn't seem to be as bad as many people were thinking for ours anyway.
Any other comments by council to,
Yeah, where do they come up with these outrageous numbers of the cost per animal for the cats that we have in? The cost per cat is like $1,600 for them to take a cat in from the borough.
That's what they say. They don't really come up with their numbers. They base it on a 30-day stay.
Okay. You guys know Kayla Roy, she does a lot with the animals, and she said the SPCA won't take strays right now.
Yeah.
So,
Too many.
yeah,
It's
so,
too many. you know.
Problem is, there's not really any other options out there. It's,
Yeah, I think we heard last week at one of my other municipalities that they weren't taking walk-ins from citizens. It had to be done through the municipality.
but they've reversed that for 26.
Yes.
They are
Okay.
going to now allow residents again
Okay,
to
good.
drop off strays.
All right.
Yes.
Tatiana will catch you now.
No.
do we want to accept our contract, table till next time?
It's pretty reasonable.
I think so.
Yeah, it's very reasonable, especially compared to what they say it's putting to cost them, so. I'd make a motion that we accept their contract price of $408 for 2026.
Motion by Greg to accept contract for the SPCA for the amount of 408.
Second.
Second by Deb. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We got committee meetings coming up. Are you gonna go into the ordinance?
Yeah, I'll just tell you here quickly, we have dates set. They will be advertised. Both meetings will be here in this room. The ordinance committee is going to meet on Thursday, October 23rd at 7 o'clock. And the budget committee, and it was tough getting those 4 people together. And you're going to hear this right, it's Sunday night, October 26th at 7 PM. Correct.
public meetings, advertise it, post it, and have an agenda.
Okay, and did you want to, are you gonna review the,
Yeah, the only, yeah, you mean as far as the
Who's on the committee?
vacancies? Oh, that's right. Thank you for reminding me. Finance Committee is Deb Faree, Gary Landis, Zach Stiles, and the mayor sits in on all of the committee meetings, so,
that's the ordinance.
the ordinance, I'm sorry. Well, I was asked that by Mr. Brenneman first, the ordinance committee.
Yeah.
So the ordinance committee is Deb Faree, Gary Landis, Zach Stiles, and then the mayor sits in on those committee meetings as well, Doug. Now, the finance, the budget. That is Greg Keinert, Bill Stiles, Zach Stiles, and the mayor.
And we still, anything else on that? Still have vacancies on,
Zoning Hearing Board, we still have one vacancy, and Planning Commission, we have two.
anybody get any
I didn't hear from
ideas?
anyone.
Anybody get any names? Anybody? It's out there as a community. If anyone needs to or wants to get on board with any of that, let them know that there's openings on the zoning and planning commission for Seven Valley Borough. And get in touch with Todd if they,
Yeah, the newsletter comes
Okay.
out this month, so I'll
Okay.
have it in there as well, so it should reach everyone.
new business.
All right. The Klug Animal Control Services contract. This is the animal control officer. We've been doing, I don't know how long, it's been quite a few years that we've been doing a contract with her. This contract, it's the same amount last year for the retention of services, a retainer fee of $200, and the hourly fee increased $5 from $60 to $65 per hour for 26. And I have yet to pay anything yet this year.
I was just gonna
So-
ask you, what did we, nothing in 2025?
No. I think it was 2 years ago, we had the skunk infestation.
So we basically just need to
Approve that contract. for
approve the
26.
contract for
26.
Clue Animal Control. I will take a motion to approve the contract for Clue Animal Control. Mark will make that motion.
Second.
Second by Greg. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Treasurer's report.
You have it in front of you. I don't know if anyone has any questions for me. Not everything's there.
No questions on the treasury report. I will take a motion to accept, approve, and file for statement and audit, authorize treasurer to pay all the regular bills.
I will make that motion.
Motion by Greg,
One second.
second by Deb. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Secretary's report.
Just a couple quick things. If you didn't take notice, we did finally get our lettering on the side of the building here. And before next meeting, we'll have the lettering on the outside window with our hours and the phone number and email and all that. The newsletter, of course, is going to be going out this month. I will send a draft out to council and the mayor just to look over, make sure I didn't miss anything. I have yet to find anyone that's willing to hand deliver it. We pay $10 an hour. It usually takes 5 to 7 hours. So I'm not doing that.
Didn't we talk one time to say somebody could go, are you still in contact with Rodney?
I can be.
He told me that one day he was down there when he was like kind of saying goodbye that he won't be doing it anymore.
Okay,
Yeah, he pretty much said.
okay.
The only other option, I just, my quick math is, walking is about $70. If we did it by mail, it's about $160.
I would just mail that.
Yeah, probably.
Listen, my children work for minimum wage.
people in the borough?
Just a few, maybe 10.
Is there a way that whenever this newsletter goes out, that you ask for people to sign up
Sure.
for email delivery, and then your event, it might not pay this year, but maybe in the following years, we could just mail them out to people who do not have an email address with you, and it would be less expensive.
Yeah, another question too, if we mail them out, they're gonna go to the property owner, correct? Not necessarily the resident
No.
of the property?
Normally, what I do for that would just put current resident
Okay.
and then their street address. Yeah.
So what was it to walk it?
About 70,
So
Yeah.
about half.
yeah, a little more than half, yeah. That's, sounds like that's the consensus. Mail it this time.
Wanna mail it? Do we need any?
And we'll ask for email addresses for the future. We'll have a couple, but not a lot. Okay.
Okay.
Just a FYI, York County Solid Waste Authority is holding their Household Hazardous Waste Collection event this Saturday, October 11th. You do need to pre-register if you're going to take anything in. And you can get that off of their website, or if you see me, I can give you the website information as well. Put it on Facebook, so. The York County Birds Association 95th Annual Dinner and Meeting is going to be on November 22nd. Save a little time to think about that for those that want to attend.
And I will pay my own way.
Okay,
Yes, I'll be going to, Todd.
okay. All right. And then the last thing is just more of an FYI. Got a letter from the Valley Tavern. Again, this year they're holding their annual Children's Christmas Toy Drive. It's going to run from November 7th through December 6th. They're collecting new toys, craft items, journals, books for newborns through 15 years. And they'll all be donated to the Lehman Center Crisis Nursery, and everything will stay in York County. So spread that word as we have in past years. So, and that's all I have.
We still are doing the Halloween, the
Yes.
trick or treat. Is that, both things Friday night?
Yeah,
They-
October 31st.
Are they having their Halloween party same night?
I believe so. I believe, yeah.
And this shuts down at 8, so by 8 o'clock, it's gonna be, okay, busy. Okay,
I mean, okay, yeah.
yeah, all right.
I'm sure they're prepared. They
Okay,
always seem to
all
be.
right, yeah. I thought about that today, I'm like, everything's on the
Yep,
same
I
day,
mean-
so, okay.
I mean, as always, I'll take any volunteers to help. You know, I know usually Bill and Greg and.
I will probably,
Yep,
yeah.
so,
Mayor's report.
so, yeah, that covered that, asked for volunteers. I did actually perform a wedding last quarter, right? Sam's not here, actually, it was Sam and Chad here. So, I did submit that report as required by state statute to Todd.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Other than that, I did attend, well, me and Cheryl both attended this past weekend, State College, the Pennsylvania State Association of Boroughs Fall Conference. Very laid back, very, a little more informal, a lot more ability to get around and talk to people. Again, did, some of the York County people especially talked about, you know, the SPCA and everything, and especially with the one program they had, you know, Unfortunately, York County's kind of up in the air right now, what's going on, where costs are going to land eventually. As we all know, a lot of York County is upset with an executive director that made 6 figures there. And, you know, and I don't know if he's there every day, is my understanding. So that, and then I did try to talk to some people about, you know, the upcoming rental, you know, who has them. There's a lot of people that, I mean, it does seem to be a common thing throughout the Commonwealth. Again, I think there's different ways to approach it, which, I mean, I'm working, you know, some ideals, you know, to the, what severity of inspection and term lengths, you know, some people do them yearly, some people do them 3 years. But again, I mean, in future, I mean, anybody that has never attended one of those conferences, you know, the fall one, if you're looking for a little more informal, might be a good one to go to. They do move that one around a little more often. But other than that, I don't have anything else.
Thank you, Mayor Doug. Lien collection.
No
Still
change.
form- No change. STY, CSA, the sewer reports, everybody has seen copies of them. Any new information on, or anything we need to cover on the sewer?
Well, I printed it and then it disappeared somewhere on my desk. Which is, Teresa can tell you right now, my desk looks crazy. But anyway, I don't recall seeing anything jumping out at you. Obviously, there's budget issues that they're gonna have to deal with our pump stations, as we talked a little bit about earlier. I honestly, I've seen nothing in their minutes. I don't know if we're gonna have any more mediation or if that thing's a dead issue. I would say keep it on the agenda, because the minute you take it off, it will be, but, you know, again, it's been over a couple of years now since we've heard anything.
I will mention, I did see they are looking at compensation for their board members to they were looking at about $200 a month, which, I mean, $2,400 a year per member, 3 members, you know. Again, I mean, the way I read it, Shrewsbury Township.
Springfield.
I'm sorry, Springfield Township would pay it, but I'm sure that goes back to the users, so it is something to.
The way the Municipal Authority Act works is that the governing body that appoints the board, which in this case would be Springfield Township, would have to approve their salaries.
Yes, but I would.
But it comes out of authority money.
Yes, so,
Yeah.
again, something to think about if rates do go up at some point. I mean, we all know infrastructure will be the major thing responsible, and I think with that, you know, Todd is working on grants and working with the sewer authority to hopefully apply for something that, you know, may give us a head start on that. But other than that, that's the only thing I took notice when reading it.
Comments around the table? No comment. Mark?
No.
Greg? Deb?
Yes, I think all of us on this council represent the borough of Seven Valleys, okay? And I've had somebody call me, and she told me there's things on Facebook that's being said about people in town. I feel as though we are representing the town. So if you have I don't have Facebook, but if you have Facebook, you look at the comments. But I feel as though if you're on council, do not put other things out there because of what somebody said. Don't make a comment with that. In other words, if it is something you see on Facebook, don't comment. Don't put it out there and say, I did whatever, okay? We are representing the borough. And I think we all can be respectful. I don't care if you have Facebook, I don't have it. But if you see something, just don't put it out there and make a comment if you are on borough council. That's my opinion.
I have nothing. Any public comments? No one for public comment. Okay, meeting adjourned. Next meeting, November 3rd.